Have you ever watched the movie? You just paid $30 for some tickets and you start falling asleep. It is very rare for me to fall asleep during a movie. And for the first time in years, I almost fell asleep in a movie theater. And it was not just me, it was also my girlfriend. The Markiplier suckers on the internet absolutely gawking as talking about the movie's good. Brother, we don't have to lie. Because we like someone, we automatically have to like the movie. No, that's not how it works. I had no idea what was going on. That is the first thing I'm gonna say. Now, that being said, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on my boy Markiplier.
But if you need a hand, I can give you one.
For what it is and for what he is, as a writer, as a director, he did everything himself. You gotta give him respect. I'm not gonna sit here and dog someone that actually went out of their way, tried to do something special, different. Great job, bro. As a movie, we're gonna get into that. Since the age of 4 years old, I have heavily been into movies. I have a true passion for cinema. Therefore, I have no choice but to compare this movie to all of cinema and all movies that have come out this year, or all movies that at least have come out in 2025. For what it is, the movie is okay. Solid for what it is. As soon as you compare it to a somewhat decent movie, it kind of changes the story. The good thing about Iron Lung is that it's different. It steps out of a comfort zone, but it fails the feeling of being a psychological thriller. It doesn't give you that feeling. You're in this never-ending cycle of expecting more. You never get more. I am an unbiased human being. Even to my own opinions or my own ideologies, I can understand why other people see things in a different light than me. What the movie Iron Lung did understand is the cinematography for the budget and for who created it. Obviously, Markiplier wrote, directed. The cinematography wasn't horrible. The bad part of the movie was not the cinematography and the camera angles. The lighting in the movie was absolute dog shit. I didn't know what was happening or couldn't see what he was doing. I shit you not, for maybe 25 to 30% of the movie, it's really, really bad. It got the vibe down, but it was very much lacking. Execution was just not there. The ideas were there. I could tell that they were in the right direction. So many plot holes. 3 things that it does right. Casting, obviously, Markiplier did a great job as the main character.
Give you what you want. Fuck that, fuck you!
Suspense factor was there at times. Vibe of the movie was 100% there. Markiplier, he's a new director. I'm not gonna on him. This is not an attack to him. I respect him outselling all these movies. A YouTuber that came out of nowhere and he has a dream and he has a passion and he pursued that passion. The pacing of the movie is one of the worst pacings in movies that I've ever seen. I don't know if I worded that correctly. That I've ever seen in my entire existence in cinema. It's over 2 hours long. When I tell you guys that movie could have been like an hour and 20 minutes long and it would have been a lot better than it was, could have been way shorter. I don't know what happened in the editing process. Some of the dialogue literally was so unnecessary. I was sitting there like, what am I actually watching? It seems to be a bunch of actual literal dead space. Stuff that I can't fully even grasp or understand because the plot holes don't allow me to. Pacing is so slow and so irrelevant and random that I don't understand what's happening. That was the biggest issue of the movie, and that is why I made that big statement that I almost fell asleep. I literally almost fell asleep during the movie. A lot of people are going into this and they don't know anything about the video game. People that went to go watch Uncharted. Oh, crap! Never played the games, it didn't matter. The plot still made sense. Resident Evil movies still make sense. They explain most of what's happening. That was really missing during this movie. It's gonna sound like I'm dogging this movie and I'm literally just ripping it through the mud, but I promise you, I'm just really passionate about cinema. I have to be honest. In terms of the adaptation to the game, I have no idea because, again, I never played the game. Honestly, I believe that he fell in the trap of why a lot of horror movies don't feel like horror movies nowadays. It's because of the pacing and it's because of the editing choices. Horror movies nowadays, if you notice, there's a lot of dead areas. There's a lot of dead space that is unnecessary and it takes away from those suspenseful moments. Like a suspense that should be only used for specific parts of the movies. They waste it on little dialogue throughout the movie. When the big thing happens, it's like, all right, bro, you've been edging me for 5 hours, bro. Like, what are we doing here? It just becomes redundant. I think Markiplier's acting was actually extremely good. So I respect his acting. It's actually very good. Actual dialogue and the words he was saying was pretty decent. I can see him being something big in Hollywood one day for sure. It just didn't make sense. There was certain characters that weren't even explained. His backstory was barely explained. You literally are watching the movie and you have no idea what is going on. especially if, again, you have not played the game. Iron Lung is perfect for people that are fans of Markiplier, and honestly just anyone that's into cinema and likes trying new things. I'm glad I watched it. I like watching new things, even if I'm going into it not 100% knowing if the movie or piece of media is going to be good. I like at least having an open mind to it, going into it and being like, hey man, what if he really made a masterpiece? And I'm glad I watched it. For what it is, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. As a movie though, we're gonna separate it into the realm and universe of cinema in a giant pool of movies. As a movie, it is a no more than a 5 out of 10, maybe less. For what it is, put it over here and you think, YouTuber put a lot of work into this craft, self budget of 3 million, wrote, directed it, acted in it, absolute beast. So I have to give credit where it's due, 7 out of 10. Again, I don't want to dog on anyone, I don't want anyone pissed at me, but it is what it is. People are gonna be mad at me regardless. I say the truth. If you like my channel, if you like my takeaway on this movie, if you don't like me, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts on the movie was, and subscribe, bro.